Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Jamie, Crafty DIY Guy, and I'm back. I've got some more Halloween videos for you today. Now, don't get tired of Halloween just yet. I may have maybe one more Halloween video for you. DIYs, very easy DIYs, by the way. These aren't really super creepy either. They're definitely more tongue-in-cheek, kind of fun. But I did want to tell you that don't worry, it's not going to be the next 2 months of Halloween stuff. There's going to be some fall stuff. I've even got some just regular DIY projects coming up because I'm also kind of tired of fall and Halloween already. And pretty soon we'll be doing Christmas. So, I'm just going to try and mix it up for you guys over the next couple months. So, anyway, I hope you enjoy these videos. If you are one of my long-term subscribers, one of my old friends, one of my OGs, as I like to call you guys, I am so appreciative of all of you being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And if you are one of my newer subscribers, thank you as well. I appreciate you being here also. If YouTube suggested this video to you and you are checking it out, thank you, YouTube. And I hope that you'll stick around and enjoy some of the videos. I'm talking a lot with my hands today, and that means I'm really excited and want to get into the video. So let's just get to it. Hey everybody, okay, for our first project, we are going to use one of these glass jack-o'-lanterns from Dollar Tree. Also, I grabbed a large glass candle. You'll see that I ended up swapping for another candle, and then I had a wick left over from a candle making kit I purchased a couple years ago. Now for my candles, I decided to go with two smaller candles. I didn't have a pot that was quite large enough, so I'm going to take the candles, put them in some water, and then bring it up to a boil, and as you can see, that wax starts to melt. Now this wax is extremely hot and you will get burned, so please be careful when you're doing this. You're going to take your lineman pliers or some sort of pliers that will grip really steadily on that wax, and as you can see here, I'm just pouring it directly into the container. I'm using a pot holder to make sure that I hold it and I balance it, and then I'm putting that hot glass jar away from me where I won't knock it over. I'm using two different colored candles here. It's perfectly fine. It doesn't really matter. And then I'm just pouring those waxes together, and they're going to mix, and they kind of create a cool orange color, which is totally random. If you have any pieces of wax left over, kind of like that piece there, just disregard it, or you can keep your candles boiling for a little while longer. Totally up to you. Now, I just created a splint to hold my wick in place in the center there. By the way, I did add a little bit of hot glue on the bottom of that wick just to make sure it held into place. And check out my little jack-o'-lantern buddy candle. I love it. You obviously trim down that wick to an appropriate length, and this is what he looks like when he's all done. Moving right into project number 2, we are going to grab a set of these Dollar Tree skeleton salad tongs. They're in the Halloween department. And also I grabbed a ace bandage. First thing I'm going to do is take some antiquing wax, and I'm just going to age my skeleton hands just a little bit. I thought they were a little too fancy. And I did this actually with some brown antiquing wax, and then I also went over it with some black chalk paint and literally just rubbing it on like you see there, and then taking a towel and kind of wiping it off. The chalk paint is probably ideal to do first on this because the wax or the antiquing wax will not adhere very good to the plastic because it does kind of have that little bit of that shellac or that shine on it. So if I were you, I would do your dry brush of some black chalk paint first and then go over top of it with your antiquing wax. And once your hands are all dirty, you are then going to take an ace bandage and wrap it around the arms and the hands of your skeleton arms. Now, what I did was just add a little bit of hot glue just to help hold it on. And then as you can see, I'm just wrapping that ace bandage. I'm going a little tighter around the arms, and then I'm going to go a little looser on the hands, and then kind of work my way back down, kind of doing a little bit of a combo wrap, I guess you could say. A little loose, a little tighter, and just making it look like that poor little skinny arm has been broken and is all set up in a ace bandage. And you'll repeat this with both of your skeleton arms. Now, we can't have any mummy hands with clean bandages. So what I'm doing is taking the residual paint that was left over on my brushes when I did the antiquing wax as well as the black chalk paint. And I'm just kind of painting them on and adjusting that bandage a little bit. As you can see, it was slipping just a little bit. And also I'm kind of tearing the ends of it and giving it a more tattered look because I want this to look like they're coming up out of the ground. So go ahead and take your antiquing wax and refill your paintbrushes as you need to, and just kind of dirty up your brushes and your, not your brushes, but your bandages until you have something that kind of looks like these. And then simply just add them to any of your planters or in your yard. They could even go inside like mine are here, and it will look like you've got mummies coming out of your plants. And for my next project, you are going to need one of these glass skulls, or one of these ceramic skulls rather, from Dollar Tree. I picked this up in black. And then also you're going to need a candlestick from Dollar Tree. I took my candlestick out and just painted it black, just using a quick coat of my Rust-Oleum flat black paint. And now I'm just adding some E6000 quick hold to the top of it, as well as a little bit of hot glue just to help hold that little sucker in place. And ironically enough, the skull fits kind of perfectly on top of the candlestick. So you're just going to set this right down on top. You could peel that little piece of paper off of there if you want to. I actually chose to leave mine on because I thought it might help hold mine a little bit better. And then you're just going to hold him into place until it dries. Just kidding. You can set this aside on your desk or on your table and let it dry for a couple hours. Sorry for that funky zoom there. And once it's all done, you have a creepy little accessory for Halloween. And speaking of accessories, I am going to grab one of these Dollar Tree candle holders in the shape of a hand. I love this guy. And then I actually picked up that green tray from Dollar General. It was also $1. I took it outside and spray painted it a flat black just to go with my Halloween theme. I did do 2 coats of this on both sides and it dried very, very easily. Once everything dried, I took it inside and I took my creepy little hand candle holder there. And I'm just going to put some of this E6000 quick hold on the fingertips, I guess, the parts that are showing white there, on the actual candlestick itself. And I'm kind of doing mine right on the edge here. And I'm doing that because the hand actually fits really well like that. Depending on your tray, you may have to vary it up a little bit. It would also look just as cute perfectly flat on the tray itself. So I'm just going to glue that in place, and then once that's all dry, I am going to go ahead and add another creepy element to my tray in the shape or form of this creepy little black glitter spider, which I love so much because he's plastic and because it's fantastic. I'm just using some of my hot glue on the bottom of his, it's not his feet. What are spiders? Tentacles? What are they? I'm just going to call them his feet. You can correct me in the comments if you want. But I'm going to glue his feet down to the tray, adding a little bit of hot glue onto each one of his feet, and just sticking him right on top of the tray to complement my creepy candle holder tray. And when he is all done, this is what it looks like. There's my skull accessory in the back. I know you were wondering where that went. And as you can see, it makes the perfect little creepy Halloween tray for kiddos and for placing your candy or other sweet treats on. Obviously, if you're concerned about the kids burning themselves on that candle, you could easily put a battery-operated candle in there as well.